Okay, over the weekend, Tottenham Hotspur, the team of the moment, my personal favorite in the EPL. Yeah, I like how they've been sharp and then how they've been approaching game this season. Thomas Frank, yes, he's assembled quite some very good players. Yeah, Xavi Simons has come in. Bergville, one of the revelations of the season. Kudus, this no introduction. Richarlison, yes, the rejuvenated Richarlison. Yes. The very good old Christian Romero, who has just extended his contract. Yeah, so they were in action against West Ham United. That was London Derby. Yeah, West Ham and then Tottenham, they are both in London. So West Ham, I mean, this is in there. They've been mere spectators. They've played 4 matches, drew just once, and then also won 1. The rest of their matches has been losses. So coming up against a Tottenham team that's only lost 1 game prior to this match, and then won 3, including the famous win against Manchester City. So coming up, for sure, they also are in favor of Tottenham Hotspur. And then, come on, 3 goals. Yes, at the end of the day, Tottenham managed to beat West Ham by 3 goals to 0. And then guess what? The talking points will surely be centered around Mohammed Kudus. Talk of Mohammed Kudus, what happened? So he was purchased from Ajax to London. And then which part of London did he go? You all know he ended up at the west side of London. It was the West Ham United. So he was there for 2 seasons, and then he switched sides to the other side of London, to Spurs. Then of course, the fans feel he's betrayed them. He left them in their very down moments, and then he wasn't loyal to them because the time they needed him most, he accepted an offer and then moved on. But then I think even the sporting director came out, vice president came out to say that no, Kudus, he dropped in form. That influenced the decision to let him go. But then it wasn't entirely about him nor he didn't take the team into consideration. He just moved on because he had to move on. And then Kudus has also been silent since his move. But then he's been good. He's played all the 4 matches so far for Tottenham Hotspur, and then he's been doing very well. So coming back to the West Ham Stadium, it was some kind of mixed feeling, and then the atmosphere we were expecting. Exactly what happened. Every single touch Kudus had, the fans were just booing him. Every single touch, you hear the crowd charging out, booing him. But then prior to the start of the game, he went straight into the dugout to hug West Ham United manager Graham Potter, and then also had some chit chats with the Brazilian international. The player had a very good relationship with Lucas Paquetá before the game even started. So Kudus did his usual, Kudus, his showbooting and then general play. But then at the end of the day, Tottenham came out and then Kudus team came out as the winners by 3 emphatic goals. They trashed West Ham. And then, let's talk about West Ham and then Graham Potter's team this season so far. Just 1 win and then 1 draw. Then they've lost the rest of their matches. I think West Ham, they have quite some good players. Talk of Paquetá, Jarrod, Bowen. These are players that are capable of entering every single team in the EPL. So what's happening to them? They recalled Lucas Fabianski recently. So what's happening to West Ham United? But then let's go to Tottenham as well. Kudus, Xavi Simons, Richarlison, Bentancur, Kulusevski, Christian Poro, and then Spence. These are very rejuvenated players. The players we saw last season are a very improved version this season. So they are cruising to victory, and then they are doing very well. So prior to this game, Spence was set a record of becoming the first ever Muslim to don the jersey or play for the Three Lions, which is the England national team. So coming into this particular game, he was very confident. And then mind you, Doggy is still on the bench. So I think Thomas Frank is doing something very superb that people are sleeping on. He's been very underrated because your first 4 games, you win 3. Not so many coaches have been able to win 3 out of 4 games. Talk of coaches like Enzo Maresca. He's not been able to do that. Amorim is struggling to win games. So as other coaches. So he's won the same number of games as Arsenal's Arteta. So this is the point that I think we need to applaud Coach Thomas Frank. And then we know that in a team, if you have cluster of players, you have too many squad. Like you find it very difficult assembling a first 11 for a match day or even having a first team squad for a match day. But then he's been able to bridge the gap between mediocrity and then also top performance. He's been able to guide this team to gel properly. Cohesion is there, understanding, team bonding. So if someone is still on the bench, he doesn't complain. They brought in 2 players from Bayern Munich just last season, Matthias Tel and then Paquetá. Tel has been on the bench. Tel was even on the verge of moving to Chelsea before Tottenham went in. He's been on the bench, doesn't complain. Paquetá gets changed almost all the time from Bergua or whoever is available to play. So Thomas Frank, I think this is a very, very huge shout out to him. He's done very incredibly well, played very, 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 very good with his team, his garden, and then only time and then chances. And then I think with time we will see how far this Tottenham team. And then they are also in the Champions League. Remember they beat Manchester United in the Europa League last season, so they've earned a spot in the Champions League this season. So coming up, a lot of things will be expected from them, but then I think they are one of the teams to look out for. My name is Courage. This is our media sports page. Do go to our pages across all social media channels: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and then also TikTok as the Our Media Sports page, and then also YouTube especially. Follow us, give us your thumbs, and then also blow our notification buttons so that anytime we bring you content like this, you'll be able to enjoy more. Catch you next episode. Bye-bye.